You're live.
Oh, guess we're live. You ready, CPS?
Hi.
I'll introduce us.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Parodius. I'm here alongside CPS. It's me, you Antoine. Misspelled in the side of the screen. There's an O, not an A. But welcome to Parodius, Konami's Gradius spinoff, the parody Gradius. Plays very similar to Gradius 3 and borrows some of the enemy designs and patterns here and there, but it's going to be a good run. We're actually playing the Saturn version, and I'll go over some of the changes as CPS goes along through the stages, and yeah, whenever you're ready, I'm ready. Oh, please pick an Octopus. Solid choice. He has the Ripple Laser from Salamander. This is actually the second Parodius game in the series. The first one was on the MSX. And that game is brutal, but also had a pretty good remake on the PSP only. So just like Gradius, he's going to be picking up these power-up icons to kind of pay for power-ups on the bottom of the screen. So picking up 2 speed-ups to get at a decent speed. He'll be going for the 2-way missile, and we'll see if he goes for the Ripple. And other than that, it'll be Tail Gun, but I think the Tail Gun may be situational weapon in this game for this particular character. As you can see, it has some bell juggling, like in Twin B, and the scoring increases per yellow bell you grab. This version is the Saturn version, so the bell scoring is a bit off. You'll notice when he reaches max bell value, it'll display a 10,000 point icon, but the bell is actually worth a whopping 25,600 points per bell. So it's a bit of a difference. I'm not sure what happened there, but you get a big chunk of lives from the extra score. It's pretty good. A very nice beach setting going on here. Nothing too crazy in this stage. Looking pretty good, but just like I mentioned earlier, in Twin B, you have the bell juggling mechanics. It's hard for me to say. So if you keep shooting the bell, you'll get different colors. It'll cycle through them. Blue in this game is not a speed up like in Twin B. It is a bomb that you can carry. Then you have green for giant mode. I believe the white bell will give you the megaphone. But yeah, here's our first mid-boss. The pirate cat ship. I love it. It's so cute. Don't bully the cat, please. Goodbye, cat boat. You're your best boat. Oh, it's still here. It's just on fire. No bully cat, please. There it is. Goodbye, cat boat. Thank you for your service. Alright, he's slowly approaching the first boss in the game. So if you see those blue power-up icons, those will actually clear out bullets in I believe it's some small enemies in this game as well. So here's our first enemy, first boss of the game. It's a big penguin. Weak point is his gigantic bulging belly button. It's quite the design. But very good. Tackle stage 1. No problem. So rank in this game is a bit different from the arcade version. So only survival time and max power up really affects the rank in this game versus the arcade version, where you would have any shields or speed ups you have would also stack on top of the rank, and it gets pretty insane really early on in the arcade version. Saturn and PlayStation versions are very manageable, very casual, fun playthrough. Unless you want to crank it up to a harder difficulty in the options, where it gets a bit crazier, but still not as hard as arcade. But still very fun. And that's where it counts. Have fun, kids. So he gets the Ripple Laser, he picks up the megaphone, saying all kinds of fun catchphrases that I can't read. I think one of them in English was like, brush your teeth. And E equals MC squared, but I haven't played the English release in a minute, so can't say for sure off the top of my head. But we're in a carnival stage. Got all these exciting big clowns and presents opening up. Those presents will shoot bees, but unfortunately, CPS destroyed them before the bees came up. With the bees. But these clowns, gotta shoot them on the head. A little blinking spot and they'll explode. The other characters in this game include the Penguin from Antarctic Adventure, Windy, which is still labeled as Twin Bee in this game, Windy's Player 2 ship, piloted by Pastel, and the Vic Viper. Vic Viper is in this game. I believe the Vic Viper appears in every Parodius game, as he should. It's a parody game. So we are approaching mid-boss. But nothing will come from the front of this boss, but everything will be coming from behind. These little penguins. And this enormous woman do not get stepped on. So you have to cross under her feet. So you don't get trapped on the right side of the screen. She will crush you over there. But there is a safe spot. Let's see if CPS will go for it, or he's just gonna go under the legs. He's crossing under the legs. Very dangerous. I've been squashed many a time today. Alternatively, you can align yourself up with her chest area on the very left side of the screen, hug the left side of the screen, and she will miss you every time. Except for this last section, once you see that little bump in the screen, that's when you want to go ahead and get to the right side of her, otherwise she'll slam into you with those giant hips. Very dangerous. Bye, giant lady. I do believe the hips were censored in the Super Nintendo version. So here we are fighting the American balding eagle. Look at his very fancy American top hat. So I believe this is the Firebird boss from Gradius 2. But reskinned as an American bald eagle. Very good. Approaching stage 3, this is where the game gets a bit wackier. We're in some kind of like giant dessert house castle. Oh! Opted to power up for the shield, which is what's this jar? Like the classic octopus trapping jar. You know the one. So it's like this frosting penguin castle. It's an interesting design. Very cool. It's also a bit of a maze. You kind of have to maneuver your way through, and touching the scenery will result in instant death. So he'll just carefully make his way through, not to bump into anything. And he'll be okay. Interesting little ball section here. You gotta shoot your way through these Dippin' Dots. And these weird amoebas kind of just floating around. They can't cross the balls, so you'll be okay. Ooh, he big. He's plowing through them. Getting all those delicious dots, and there's some lady back there. Very exciting. Alright, so another maze section here. A little bit more dangerous than the previous one, because he has the penguin sniping at him as he's trying to shoot his way through and find the correct path. So this section gets a bit hairy in the arcade version, because penguins shoot at a bit of a faster rate here. These can get pretty nasty if you're trying to scroll the screen while the penguins are shooting at you. Or sometimes you'll scroll the screen and then immediately bullets are like flying in your direction. It gets a bit hairy. Approach the next boss, giant mouths. Reminding you of that Rolling Stones cover. But yes, you are invincible whenever you have the giant bell icon, the green bell. Big mode. You take no damage and you can damage anything you touch with it. It's very, very useful. So, mouths are defeated. Not a problem. I forgot in this version the mouths don't form into one giant mouth. You just kind of take down the little ones and that's it. GG. So now we have the big booty cheek pigs. These guys are hilarious. I'm trying to shoot him with arrow rockets. And now we're in the mountains of Fantasy Zone, Japan. Parodius, Japan. Got these sumo wrestlers at the bottom that will try to smack you with their tire. You know, he's happy. He's very happy mountains. Look at them. They're having a good day. It's a good day to be a mountain. The bees are coming out of the houses. So don't let these trees fool you. They're not just your ordinary trees. Just wait for the tree. Be mindful of the tree. Because the tree will walk into you. Oh man. Love this game. That tree is... He's trying to get out of here. He wants out. He's gone. Wait, but now he's gone. So that tree's gotten me many times before as well. But here we have the Gradius One Mountains. Spraying out, instead of rocks, we got giant eggplants. Ooh, no! Smacked by the sumo. So in Gradius fashion, this game is a checkpoint-based game, but recovery shouldn't be too bad. Decent amount of enemies around here, all drops up. Power up enemies. Got some, ooh, clipped by another eggplant. So we have the dreaded Gradius syndrome in some sections. This section just happens to be kind of tough because you have the mountains right here. You just got to get past the mountains. And you should be in the clear. Mountains, please. There you go. Let's go handle those sumo wrestlers before they start trying to smack them. Get them with the tail slaps. Two more mountains to go. Can CPS push his way through? Ah, he did. Very good. Not out of the woods yet, though. It's not over till they stop shooting. Nice. Alright. Our next boss is the giant sumo wrestler pig. Just aim for the middle. Ooh, unlucky crab on top of his head. It's getting a bit dicey. But good checkpoint sets him right here at the boss. He just got to watch his noggin. Keep at it, and he'll take down this boss, no problem. But just like his smaller counterparts, this pig does have the underway slapping attack as well. Ooh, clutch. Very close. It looks like we may be at the battleship stage. So I believe at the point the battleship's stage appears maybe random after, I believe, stage 3. Correct me if I'm wrong, Kat. I don't quite remember the requirements in this game for the battleship stage. But very R-Type-esque. We're gonna have to make a lap around the ship, blowing up Moe Head in bits and pieces as we go. We can short some missiles. The missiles are pretty handy in this section. Looks like he's got it under control. Alright, so we're gonna loop around, go to the bottom of the ship next. Gotta watch out for those Moe heads. They're gonna be sitting above him. Ooh, there we go, two-way. But in this section, the two-way missiles are actually flying behind him. We're supposed to be going at a faster speed than normal. So the lore is the missiles are falling behind you, you're going so fast, instead of them falling kind of in front of you like on a normal stage. So gotta squeeze into the safe spot. Squeeze it. Squeeze it. You made it. Alright, setting up to kill this Moe head right here. If he wants to open fire, we can take him out. Ooh, stingy, waiting for the last second. There we go. Very good. Get his way through. Alright. The ship's dropping its secret weapon. The giant lady Moe, who will shoot these destructible Moe missiles. So the Moe missiles will chase you vertically once they line up with you. So he'll be going from the back to the front of the screen. Just kind of bait them out and blow them up. Very good. Easy, got it. And got the sad Moe head in the background saying something that I can't quite translate in time. Alright, so we're heading to the pinball stage, one of my favorite stages. Ooh, deployed a bluebell bomb. Very good. Right. So in here, you just gotta watch out for most of the scenery, these enemies that appear from the background that phase in and out, as seen in Gradius. But yeah, those pinball flippers will kill you. You touch them in fun decorations that you bump off of. Lots of power-ups in the stage, but lots of phasing enemies to kind of trap you and run into you. Little pachinko catchers here with a phasing enemy trap. He has the red bell, so that's Cuckoo Beam in later Parodius games. I'm not sure if it's carried the same name over from this game, but with the red bell, whenever you fire, it'll shoot off like a little laser wall that'll go a little bit in front of you. Ooh, bumped into a bullet top of the screen. Ah, GG. Running it back with the octopus. He picked up the roulette bell, so not bell, but a power-up. Some of these icons will trigger a roulette amongst your power-ups. And sometimes you can, later Parodius games, you can get the ultimate power down where everything just goes back to level nothing. Very tragic. I don't believe it's in this version. He has option and then he has shield, so really not as big of a deal in this game as it is later versions, or later Parodius games. So we have the Viva Core. I believe this was the Crystal Core in another Gradius game. Alright, so pinball stage is complete. Alright, so we are making our way into the pink cloud stage. So this stage is going to have just bubbles spawning from tops and the bottom of the screen. And bunny girls stuck in bubbles. Very exciting. So the bunny girls will just fire arrows straight ahead, and the bubbles will kind of go in your general direction. Not too dangerous. Optimus go to the top of the screen and let his missiles do the work. Piggy! That pig dressed up as a bunny girl is always hilarious to me. Not quite Gradius 3 stage 2. The bubbles aren't multiplying here. What kind of this? Almost the same. Bubbles. Yeah, this game is definitely not as well, the stage, rather, is not as insane as the Gradius bubble stages. You don't have bubbles splitting into smaller bubbles, splitting into even smaller bubbles, trapping you. But alright, we are approaching Big Boss. Big Boss Lady. So, just gotta shoot the lady in the eyes, you know, avoid the little Beckies she throws out of her hands. With the giant ears! Little elf babies! Look out! But setting up your options like so, with a two-way missile with the octopus, typically takes care of most of them for the most part. Not too dangerous. But I do believe this giant lady makes a comeback in a few other Parodius games. Yeah, that's the first place I heard the wow sound effect from. You know, the one that echoes. It's so good. It was from here, but probably from somewhere else they lifted it. But yeah, it's in this game. So we are at the crystal stage. So this stage is going to be kind of tight. Once we hit the water, the speed does slow down quite a bit. So it has its own water physics. It's not like extremely It doesn't slow you down to an extreme. It just slows you down a bit. You can notice it though when you're playing. So you gotta kind of keep that in mind when you're moving around. If you're not as fast as you used to be, you got some oomph in your ship now. We're going through the water, but should be okay. Lots of bullets. Very exciting section. Lots to look out for. Cute little jellyfishes. Also, the penguins are wearing goggles. I love it. It's amazing. Very relatable. Carefully making its way through the penguins to doom. If you look closely, you can see the eyeball boss from Salamander Frozen in Ice, the miniature version. Alright, so not too long of a stage. Making our way through. But it's now time for Crystal stage boss fight. With giant pufferfish. So this fish will puff up as you do damage, and its spikes will get bigger. Just keeping him at bay, but he's just getting so big. He's taking up like almost all the screen. It gets pretty intense. But handled him pretty swimmingly. Off to the next stage, looking good. For the one continue clear. Oop! Ah! Ejected. Not sure what happened there. That syringe got through. As per like every Gradius Parodius opening section of each stage, a very good spot to grab some power-ups and recover before you dive into the main part of the stage. So we are in the graveyard stage, full of bloody penguins and all kinds of other ghouls and ghosts. Very exciting stage. So the skeletons walking on the bottom of the stage, they are tossing their skulls up and shooting a spread shot. Skeletons, the higher the rank, the more bones they'll shoot out. They'll shoot out a denser pattern of bones. You gotta watch out for the skulls though, because they are juggling their heads as they're walking along the screens. Take note of the cute umbrella, very good detail. I love when the games do that. Also, dude, that sick Moe head at the bottom right now, the teeth and everything, that's so sick. Ooh, giant umbrella. I forgot they did that too. Dude, so good. I'm still waiting for the Arcade Archives version of this. Maybe one day Hamster and Konami will allow us to enjoy it on our modern consoles. Alright, so we have these umbrella monsters coming in here. Top speed, spinning fashion. You may recognize this attack pattern, or this enemy pattern from Parodius 3. Alright, so boss fight. Fighting against Mystery Ghost. So she'll just chase you around the screen and just spawn fireballs. Nothing too dangerous here. Very cool details when her face gets big and puffy. The transformation in between was very cool too. Nothing too dangerous. So we are on to, I believe, the last stage now. Alright, so power-ups, he's looking good. He may get one more option just to kind of maximize shot power-ups, screen coverage. So we are at some kind of wackadoo factory. I don't know what's happening here. I can't even explain it. There's gears and kinds of happening. There's an octopus and a hot tub at the bottom. Not a hot tub, but a hot bath. Two dudes feeding coal into a furnace and a guy on a computer. It's amazing. So this is a parody of the base stage from Gradius 1. Maybe almost a 1-for-1. But he's definitely handling business, keeping the penguins from behind at bay with the options and shooting down the enemies coming from the front with his ripple lasers. Dude, the detail on these penguins is so good. But alright, pushing our way through. Here comes the bath cage. Yeah, so let's try here. Let's just to sit at the bottom and just kind of chill down there, watching out for any stray bullets that may come your way. Alright, take out the tentacle monsters, and he's in. In typical Gradius fashion, the last boss is a pushover. This giant octopus is holding up for dear life. Alright, GG, got him. Universe is saved. Thanks, Mr. Octopus. You did it. So if you're going for score, what you want to do is you want to shoot out all of these octopus's legs except once, and then crash into the wall and do it again. Just repeat it until you have like 1 life left. But yeah, it's Parodius. Fantastic arcade shooting game. Very good CPS. Alright, coming up next, we have Armed Police Batrider. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna be another hype game that I'll be on commentary for that too. Last second. So we'll see you guys in a few minutes. Thanks for coming out. Good job, CPS. Good runs. And stay tuned. We love Gradius 1.
Yep.
Yo,
Thanks.
cool. No
Thanks
problem.
for the commentary. I appreciate.
Oh yeah, you're welcome.
Yep. Now, are you